Greg Biffle has climbed back in his race car. He's going to go back out in the draft. Now, I spoke to his crew chief, Matt Pusha, and I said, what did you fix?
Whoa,
he says, well,
trouble on the back.
Trouble on the back once again. The
All
9
the
of Ambrose goes around, as does the 1. Jamie McMurray, our reigning champion. Brad Keselowski torn up. Regan Smith in the 51.
Both the
Kasey Kahne's
Penske
involved.
24, we're done.
And Darrell, I don't know who it was, but somebody changed lines.
Yeah, I saw him
and
moving.
there wasn't a hole there.
I saw him moving back there. Somebody made a move, and there wasn't anywhere to go.
Joey Logano's in it. We're hearing Eric Almirola potentially in this as well. This pack was growing 15 to 16 cars, and most were involved in this.
But this is what? This is why. Okay, this is why we haven't been doing a lot of drafting. This is the fear you have. And why do we have that fear? Because we usually get a reality.
It could happen. It's always on the mind of the drivers and teams that this potentially could happen. Running at those speeds, just as you mentioned, DW, running at almost 200 miles an hour, inches apart. One person makes one little mistake, and this is the result.
What did I tell you when this session started? It's going to these guys get a little more comfortable. They get a little bit more aggressive. They start to make a little bit more move. They start trying to see where the car will fit into. Larry mentioned tight hole, but we got in there, and this is what you end up with.
Darrell, where do we normally though see the big wreck at Daytona? Right there where it happened.
Coming off of turn 2.
Yeah, I'm still writing driver numbers down, and I'm already up to about 10 or 11.
Well, I think we said there were 19 cars in that pack, and I got to believe that about 15 of them were damaged.
And you know, old car, new car, whatever, that just simply was a misjudgment on some driver's part back there.
A lot of damaged vehicles making their way back into the garage. Regan Smith in the 51 makes the hard left turn. You see Jeff Gordon in the 24 team.
Yeah, Jeff's
pushing
got
that car in.
Fluid running out of his car.
We saw the 5 of Kasey Kahne also sliding through the grass. Marcus Ambrose out of his race car taking a look. Disappointment on the faces of all the drivers, as though although they were elated to be able to go out and run with other cars, this is the result of a mistake. There's Kasey Kahne's number 5. They're going to hook that back up to the tow truck and bring it back into the garage. The 14 of Tony Stewart looks like it got through unscathed. Biffle walking back to his hauler. Looks like the Stewart Haas 2 cars, the 14 and the 39, not involved.
Larry and I are busy trying to exactly figure out what happened. We're going to
take a look here.
Take a look at this and see if we can get an idea. You're going to see the 9 car come to the left.
They're right in that area right there.
Yeah, the 9 car is going to come to the left.
The second car in line.
And he's going to get, I think, pushed or tapped from behind. Let's roll it here and see. You're going to see the 9, and here he goes, but right there, he gets pushed into by.
That's Carl Edwards.
Carl Edwards, 99
car. Yeah.
And because Marcus Ambrose was second in line, everyone behind him after that happens either checking up or trying to figure out the line through, and that caught up almost everyone.
That was a. Can we run that one right there? I think that told us more of a tale right there, what we just saw in that replay.
I think what I saw was when the 9 started to pull down, the 99 was going to go to the outside and fill the gap, and he clipped him as he goes by.
A little tighter view.
Wow, look at all these cars.
There's the 99. That could have been the 88 that was up there with Dale Jr.
I believe it was. They're all black primers for the
hard to tell. It's hard to tell.
We're going to take another look at that wider view of what took place there on the backstretch.
Yeah.
Here it is. That is Dale Earnhardt Jr.
It is. And you see what happens. The 9 started to go to the inside, and Junior, I think, was going to go up the outside, and he clipped him in the right rear there and turned him. Yeah, it was Junior. Couldn't the 99 and the 88? Yep. They look exactly the same.
Cars getting caught up behind The 9 of Marcus Ambrose sliding across the front.
I think what happened there is the 9 went down. Marcus went down to go to the inside, and Junior was going to run the outside and close the gap, and he just caught into the right rear of him.
Let's go to the garage and Matt Yocum.
Rick, Eric Almirola has driven his wounded Ford back into the garage here. You've had a chance to look at the video. Walk us through what took place for you.
I had actually just gotten in the draft about 2 laps before that. We came in and made some adjustments on our Smithfield Ford Fusion, and it was a lot better. So I'm not sure. Marcos, I see my teammate there get hooked. I can't see who that was, but anyways, it's
looked like Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah. It's just part of this kind of racing. We're out there in a big pack, and when something goes wrong at the front, we all end up in it. So maybe the bad luck's out of the way before we come back here for speed weeks. You know, you never want to tear up race cars. That's no fun. But, you know, the bright side is that the change we made was better, and hopefully we'll get this out of the way, and when we come back down here for speed weeks, we won't be in that big one.
Now, the 36 team had an issue this morning. They loaded up and went home. They only had one car here. What's your situation?
I don't know. We get a ride from Roush, so I know the 99 was in the wreck as well, and our 2 cars were in the wreck. So I don't know if we'll go home or if we'll wait for the other Roush teams to finish testing. So we'll just have to see.
All right, thanks, Eric.